Let's just lower this one down. All right, I think we're live. Yeah. God bless. I feel bad for you guys having to see me on one screen. I have to see myself on two screens. Man, I'm ugly. Maybe we do have to kill that fan. It's killing my ear. Oh, that's worse.
Yeah, but I can hear
Yeah, I got some sensitive damn ears, man. What's happening, everybody? Happy. Yes, today is actually a happy Thirsty Thursday. It has not been a happy, joyous week, but today has been a good day.
it. Didn't even have to use his AK.
I say it all the time, but I truly do mean it. Okay, we are live on YouTube. I just want to make sure this will not be that long of a show. So to give you guys a little detail of how my week's gone, I've had COVID all week.
Yeah.
So basically, I started getting symptoms last Friday, and just thought it was a cold. And then my kid came home sick on Friday, and was running a fever. And Saturday, I still thought that it was maybe just we figured she had a little virus. She gets them all the time from school, and then Saturday I was feeling pretty awful, and thought I'd try and drink it away. That was a bad idea.
Typically works for me.
Yeah, typically works for Kevin. Did not work for me, and woke up Sunday morning early, and in horrible agony, high fever, sweating, chills, the horrible cough, headache, the works. And I've had COVID. This will be technically third time I've had COVID. The first time I had it years ago, it attacked my joints,
That
and
was rough.
it was rough because the only way I was not in excruciating pain was just to get up and walk around. So I was walking like 17, 18 miles a day at about a
Medium pace.
yeah, at a medium pace. But outside of that, I mean, I had a little headache. I had no cough. I had no runny nose. I didn't lose taste or smell. And it was 2 days, 2 to 3 days of not sleeping and just walking. Sleeping an hour here, 15 minutes there. Second time I had COVID was the weirdest headache I've ever had in my life. It was nothing. My wife was deathly ill. That was at Christmas time. And I had this, my daughter and I, my oldest daughter and I both had this weird headache. And then just found out recently, my youngest daughter said she had the headache about that time too. But that was the only symptoms. This time, this was like the full-blown flu, high fever, horrible cough, a runny, not so much a runny nose. I did have one day where it was like a sieve. And then, but then the rest of the time it was like I needed to sneeze. And it was, when you do like the, huh? Imagine doing that like 500 times, it's building and building and building. Like I'm going outside looking at sunlight, just blinding my eyes, just trying to make the sneeze happen. And then when I'd sneeze, it was like a massive explosion. And doing that like 500 times a day, it takes a lot to keep me from doing any work. But I had several days. I know I didn't work at all. I didn't move on Sunday. I don't think I moved off the couch. Monday, if I worked, it was less than half an hour. Tuesday, I had to work for the Omnimzon drop, and then yesterday was a little better, and then today's the first day I've felt halfway alive, and it still took half the day of forcing myself to move around before I really started feeling better. So it's been an ugly bout of COVID for me, and I've got. So this is where I'll get into some kind of funny stuff. So I was worried about getting dehydrated. I get dehydrated very easily, and especially running a fever, I just sweat like crazy. So, and Ellen still has COVID, and she was doing really well, and then it's kind of bombed. So it's been a rough go. She's been she's been a trooper and been getting up and handling a lot more with work and everything else. We've had other people helping us out, going to the post office, helping with boxing, things like that. So it's been a crazy week. But I've discussed it before, and as many of you know, you can say whatever you want about COVID, but COVID fog, COVID brain fog, is so damn true and so real. And I had it both times, but the last 2 times I've had it, I had a little bit of COVID fog. This is the worst COVID fog by far. And it's like, if you don't sit down and really focus, you're going to fuck it up. So, but comically, my little story about this, I was worried about being dehydrated. So I got Ellen to pick me up some Pedialyte when she went to the grocery store. And so had the Pedialyte in the refrigerator and was laying on the couch and was like, I feel dry throat, dry mouth, everything. I need to go get a cup of Pedialyte. I need to suck that down. So go over, get the cup out, pour the Pedialyte in it, finish everything up, come back, sit down, and lean up to grab the cup of Pedialyte and realize that I'd brought the bottle of Pedialyte with me. Like, shit, you dumbass. So got up, went back. On my way, I was like, I need to go to the bathroom. Came back from the bathroom. We're talking about 9 steps to the bathroom, if that. Came back from the bathroom, sat back on the couch, and then went, oh shit, I forgot the Pedialyte. Got up, went to this is a true story. Got up, went to the refrigerator, came back, sat down, realized I had once again grabbed the bottle of Pedialyte, not the cup I'd poured for myself. Got up, went over, grabbed a new cup, poured myself a cup of Pedialyte, put the Pedialyte back in the refrigerator, and came over and sat down. And drinking halfway through that cup of Pedialyte is when I realized that I now had another cup of Pedialyte in the refrigerator. And then a little while later, 3 or 4 hours later that day, so that was just dumb enough. And 3 or 4 hours later that day, I'm like, hey, I've got that other cup of Pedialyte in there. Good job, you remembered it. Go get that cup of Pedialyte. I came back, sat down, took a sip out of what I'd grabbed. I'd grabbed a beer. I'm like, what in the hell? So, yeah, COVID fog's real.
No. That's
and
your innate interior self
saying drink
beer will cure me.
Beer was not going to be the cure to this. Beer would have been this is going to make things so much worse.
I wish we didn't have jobs so we could actually do like a case study on this.
I think there are plenty of case studies of people who don't work and drink all the time. They're called alcoholics.
Between you and me.
Oh. No, I
would.
would.
Go with the Pedialyte, I'll go with the beer.
But Kevin and I have been really good friends for a long time. We go on vacations together. We go on trips together.
Grabbing a beer, that's just muscle memory.
There's some truth to that. But we've been really good friends for a very long time. And we used to, especially before kids, we'd go on these college trips or right after college and go to the beach and party like rock stars for a week. And it was an annual trip. We did it every year, the second week of August. And it was a big group of us. We're all still friends today. And we'd have a great time. But everybody would wake up the next morning hung over and hurting like hell. And we're talking back in our early 20s, just hung over as hell. And people would start making their plans of how, they'd start hydrating, drinking water. I'd go for a jog every day to try and just sweat it out. And then I'd go swim in the ocean. And most of us would finally pop a beer like 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon, maybe at the earliest 2. But we're talking 8, 9 in the morning, everybody's hurting. And all of a sudden you hear, and you look over and Kevin's sitting there, cigarette in hand, beer in hand, just like, what's up, fuckers? You're disgusting. It's just absolute, hadn't had breakfast, hadn't done nothing, just cracks a beer upon waking up. And we watched him drink the night before. We saw how hammered he was. But no, we've always called him the cockroach. He never gets sick. He never seems to be hungover. I think you are starting to feel some hangovers nowadays in your older years. But yeah, he's
That's the Metamucil talking.
sitting right there on the counter. All right, let's jump into it. Like I said, it's going to be a short show, and we'll lead up to things here. But just wanted to let you guys know to start off. So a little bit of a recap from last week. So no, not much of one. This past week, about the only thing I have to show off that we've launched this past week because of COVID was the Umnumzans. And boy, we upset some people with this one. Guys, this is an amazing knife. It is in wicked high demand. And we had 20 of these, and they were gone in seconds. I mean, virtually seconds. And it's been a while since we've had a drop where we got hate email, but we got quite a lot of hate email. People telling us it was pathetic and that we suck, and why did we advertise a drop when we only had 2 of them, and blah blah blah. Hindsight, maybe I should have just put all 20 of them on the insiders group. I don't know. I didn't. I can tell you next time we get a batch in that's less than 20, I'll probably just drop them on the insiders group. It wasn't worth the hate that we got through Messenger and stuff like that. It's an awesome knife. I get why people are excited about it, and I know that they are in very high demand. But like I said, there were 20 of them. As if I remember the numbers right, there were almost 500 people active on our site when we dropped them. With 20 knives, yeah, they're gonna sell in seconds. And we had people hitting us up like, I was using NASA's mainframe computer, which has 20 gazillion siga megas, and something like that. And it's the fastest computer in the world, and I didn't get one, and I was typed and out in less than 10 seconds. And I'm like, the algorithm of our site does what it does. I don't know how it works, but sorry. So
who do I look like? Elon Musk's retarded brother?
We don't have NASA technology over here, so we can't look it up and see what went wrong or anything else. But we definitely had some haters, and I hate that. But like I said, if we get more, they'll probably just get random dropped or thrown in or split up, random dropped, and put it in the insiders group. I will tell you that we had one guy that ordered one, then asked us to hold it, and then he bowed out of it and said his wife was just going to kill him. So I refunded him. And when I refunded him, I forgot to pull him off the site. And by the time I hit refund, and this was at 11 something last night, by the time I hit the refund button and then went to the product, somebody had already ordered it. So, and it's a customer I know. He's not using software or anything like that. He was just like, I happened to be on the site. It said sold out, sold out, sold out. And he said, I just happened to refresh, and there it was. And because I called him up, I was like, "What kind of software are you? What are you doing? You gotta at least tell me."
Do you know what the sound of butts eating wieners is? Numzon.
Who threw that joke out?
Ugly Days Fupa.
That's a good one, Ugly Days Fupa. That's hysterical.
Sharp Things thinks you should read all the hate mail out loud. It's not entertaining enough. I literally did think about that, and if I'd felt better this week, I might have tried putting it all together. But I kind of went through a few because I was thinking about that earlier today. I was like, this isn't worth. It's kind of a stupid read. If people were name calling, I'd probably jump on it a little more. But it was entertaining enough.
I will say this, almost every messenger we got and almost every email we got, except for one, was customers who have never bought from us before.
So there you go. That tells you something. And the other person that was complaining has, I think, bought one knife. So, it is what it is. I appreciate everybody that was classy about it. It's one of those high demand knives. So, but let's talk about knives that are available.
There's like DLT and Knife Center and motherfuckers like them getting, like, they sell out and they get hate mail.
All the time. We get all the time. So I'm friends with everybody knows I'm friends with Jason over at DLT. So he and I talk some. We don't talk as much as you think. But I've got another group that we all communicate pretty often, and we've talked about we've all agreed that we don't really want to talk about each other and let other people. We don't. It's not so much about customers knowing that we know each other. It's more about makers knowing that we know each other and talk. We've talked about one day, long from now, just going like all live together at the same time and just telling stories. I think it'd be entertaining. So yeah, we're not the only ones. And one of the guys that I'm friends with owns a substantial, way bigger than us company, and some of his stories are absolutely outrageously funny.
I just don't understand the concept. Like, look, I really wanted this knife. Oh, there were only 20. Oh, they're gone. You know what? Fuck that guy.
Well, I mean, like this guy has basically like a call center of employees that are answering phones, and the number of people that will, after something like this happens, that will call in and literally be like, "I want to speak to the owner now, motherfucker." And they're like, "Okay," and patch him through, and he's just like, "Yeah, can I help you?" And they're sitting there like, And I think that's great. I think that's awesome. The funny thing is, he and I don't sell much of the same stuff, but he definitely gets some really high demand stuff. So it's pretty entertaining.
Wait a minute. So am I a loser because I've only bought one $900 knife from you?
Huh? No, who said that?
Hate to lose 26.
Did you return it? No, did I say anybody who only bought one knife from us is a loser?
No, it was during the the.
I don't think I said any of them were losers. I just said that most of them that complained have
Had
never.
not bought anything, and there was one that had.
There was one that complained that had bought one.
Correct.
I don't think I called him a loser. And I don't. If you're the one that sent the email, it's.
It was his first company.
If it was the very now we got some nice emails that were complaining, that were like, "Hey, this really sucks," and I really tried. Those were acceptable, but the email that's like, "Hey, you bitch ass fuckers."
We send those directly to Ronnie.
Yeah. So if I responded to your email, then no, I obviously don't have a problem with you. Most of the ones that were very rude, I didn't. Honestly, this was probably a good week to feel bad, because my little sarcastic ass self would have been like, "Oh, let me respond."
I'm telling you, I think moving forward, those types of emails, forward to the customer service department at Ronnie. Let him respond however he wants to.
That's not going to happen.
I think that would be great.
All right. I said we were only going to go 20 minutes, and we're at 20 minutes. So let's move along. On top of that, I am feeling really tired, and I'm going to bed very early tonight. So a few things to discuss. So we already knocked out the what sold last week, but we are on the McNeese Mac 2 3.5s. We are starting to get very, very low. So we've still got a decent supply of the OD and the natural micarta, which doesn't surprise me. Forgive this one if it seems a little dirty or a little messy. This one is mine. But anyway, the jig tie, I think we're down to about 5 left. So I told you this was the one. This was the SKU that we definitely got the most of. So I expected it to last about the longest. And then on the fastback tie, we're down to 2 left.
So if you're thinking about either one of the full tie McNeeses that we have left in stock, your opportunities are getting less and less. I'll say it again, incredibly smooth. But the other thing I'll say, I've been carrying mine, and we had a ton of boxes to break down. God, that was last Friday, I think. And I sliced and diced every single box, and I wish I'd done a video of it, like a high-speed frame video of it. This edge holds up just amazing. So definitely check them out if you have not. I'm really impressed with what all McNeese does, and just love everything about them, to be honest. So, and especially their just dedication to American made. Speaking of other things that we're down really low on, this is the last facet tie Les George ESV in the building. So last week we had a few that I'd found. Well, we've got one left. It's an awesome knife, incredibly snappy. We do have other ESVs that are exclusives with the DLC and the FDE DLC, but this is the last facet tie, and there were only 40 made. So definitely check that out. So that was new this week. New today, just dropped these today. I guess Hinder got tired of us doing our version of Battle Green on the Hinder XM18s or on any Hinder. So guys, we never get Battle Green from Hinder. It is, I mean, in all my years, I could count on one hand the number of Battle Green Hinders we've gotten in. And they sent us a pretty decent box full of Hinder XM18 3-inch Battle Green. I'm gonna get that in there better. Show it over here. We'll do the same here. That shows it really well over on YouTube. But Hinder XM18 3-inch Battle Green Harpoon Tantos. And so we've got these in black, orange. What do we have? We sold out of OD today. Oh, we sold out of OD. We sold out of something else. Oh, translucent green. But we still got these in black, orange, red, and coyote. And we had the bulk of them were black. So we're gonna have the black at least for a little bit. I think there's just 2 coyote and 2 orange and 2 red left, something like that, and maybe one FDE. The FDE didn't publish, so it wasn't there on the initial drop. That upset me. But these are awesome. I love their Battle Green version. It is a little more yellow than what we've been doing, so I'll take note of that. Which means we just got to go up probably 1 or 2 volts, but or 1 or 2 amps. But it is cool. It's a very cool color. But I will also say these knives are just wicked sharp. So I've been using this one. This one is mine, and we've been processing and working on boxes and doing all that stuff, and it works so well that I've got another one set up for just the boxing station, because it's
the right blade shape.
It is the right blade shape, and it's just wicked sharp. I'll say it again. I need to do a YouTube video. I need to kind of just show it off. But the Hinders out of the box, I think, are probably one of the sharpest out of the box knives that are made right now. And that's across the world. That's across the globe. And considering the thickness of the stock, it's really impressive. So just keep that in mind.
Are you doing any customization on the hardware in those?
I am not for now. I can't say that I won't, but we're busy enough and honestly need to kind of rest. They're selling really well. And the fact that we just never get Battle Green from Hinder, I really want them to go out the door the way that they came in. Not that we don't put them back exactly how they were, but I kind of like the idea of keeping these how they are, even if it means they sell slower. I'd like to keep them just how they are.
Do you have a time frame on the XM24 skinnies that you're aware of?
I was really hoping for this week and had a brief text conversation with Sam right before we went live, and unfortunately, it's just not going to happen this week. So, as a matter of fact, we don't have anything getting shipped from Hinder this week, which is if there was ever a week for that to happen, this is probably a good week for it.
Would you
So-
customize it if ordered and requested?
Oh, yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I guess I would.
Allow an extra 2 to 3 days.
I would say right now to allow an extra 5 days. We're backlogged pretty heavy on customization work, but yeah, I'd do it. But allow an extra 5 business days for shipping. I would say is fair. I should have that backlog cleared up in the next week or two, but it's been pretty hefty lately. So, and then the last thing that I've got tonight, I'm very excited about. It's something that we're dropping tomorrow. It is also something that, well, you saw it in the preview. It's not like it's some big surprise. The attention to detail, and this is their first exclusive for us. If you're not familiar with attention to detail, and you're going back and you're looking through stuff about them, be careful you're not paying attention to the stuff right when they got started, and we're learning and growing. They're still a relatively new company, but good God Almighty, man, they're making excellent stuff. So this is their first ever offer of an exclusive to us. Guys, they are a small batch knife maker. So everything's done in runs of 6. And this is exclusive to us. It's got our Sasquatch logo with knife in hand on the lock side, or on the presentation side.
You didn't do that.
No, I did not laser this. This was all done by them in-house, and then also done on the pocket clip.
And is that a medium?
That is a medium. I'm going to tell you everything about it here. So this is, let me just read it off to you. This is the Mark I medium. This is a 2-tone blade, hand ground. And let's see, it is drop point, obviously. I love the fact he's calling this a high and tight grind, because it runs, look how high up there it runs, and it is definitely tight. So high and tight grind. Damn it, the little tag flipped over on me. And let's see, bronze anno Squatch, small batch number 19, and this one just happens to be number 1 of 6. So there's only 6 made in this batch, which it's our exclusive, so we do have all 6. And I think I already said S30V steel and flipper. It is on bearings. I will say this about attention to detail. If you are looking for like Koenig Smooth, something like that, then probably not the knife for you. They are not Koenig Smooth, especially out of the box, but the designs are absolutely amazing. I think they're stunning. And the size, the feel, the weight, the everything about and especially on the mediums, is just so damn well done. We have 1 medium left in stock that we got from Blade Show that I am still absolutely floored, and it's this same design. Absolutely floored we still have it. But Douglas over at Attention to Detail sent me a picture of this and said, "You want an exclusive, a small batch exclusive?" I was like, hell yeah. So anyway, the hand...
You said bearings?
Bearings, yes. So the regular versions of these on the mediums are $575, but because this is hand ground, not because of the lasering, but because it is hand ground, they are $675. And like I said, only 6 made, and we're going to launch these tomorrow.
All 6 are mediums.
All 6 are medium. They're all the same knife, and we're going to launch these tomorrow at 11 o'clock in the morning, Eastern Standard Time, 11 o'clock a.m. So I'm hoping you guys are excited about it. I'm expecting some people to comment on it, but maybe not. But I'm very excited about it, and I think these are awesome, absolutely awesome. Beautiful hand ground blade, just really well done. Douglas knocked it out of the park on these. So they also come in his zipper pouch, and then showed this part off. So it comes with the dog tag on the zipper pouch, which has the Sasquatch, once again, the same Sasquatch logo on it. And then on the back has all the details about the blade. So, which is connected right there on the zipper. So really well done. Douglas, I really, really appreciate you thinking of us and doing these for us. I'm super excited about it. I hope you guys are too. I'm just, I don't know. I thought they were awesome. And I love every attention to detail knife we've gotten. I've absolutely just been gaga over. Like, I want to keep one of every model. And I'm just shocked. I'm still shocked. The smalls are still there. I love every single one of them. So, but anyway, that's all I've got for tonight. I'm starting to fade and feel my eyes starting to shut. It's still drained. You know, I'm a little off when I'm got to stop and put some water down. But sorry, I will say this. I feel like since I turned 50 a few months back, there's been like 10 shows already where I'm like, I don't feel good. So, and sorry, that a little snotty as well. So we're going to shut it down. I know, but we're going to shut it down and we'll be back next Thursday. Oh, before I forget it, with Ellen still feeling bad and with us trying with me trying to catch up on lasering and us just short staffed as can be, the shop's going to stay closed. We've been closed because of COVID and we're just going to leave it closed through the weekend. So we were planning to have to close on Saturday anyway, as we have a little trip planned that afternoon, but we're just not even going to try. So there's a note on the door that says, sorry, closed for COVID. I hate it.
It's like we did 3 years ago.
Yeah, but at least this one's not a permanent closing. But, we're still getting there to where we need to build the shop up to where I feel and we were, like last Friday, we were really busy. So I do feel a little guilty about it, but we got to take care of the customers who have been taking care of us first. So we're going to do that. And then the customers that want to come into the shop, they can also buy online. And so we're just going to have to we just had to make a tough decision on it. So anyway,
Shut it down. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
the shipping will still happen.
Hey, the joys of running a small business, a very small business. So, all right, guys, that's all I got. I really appreciate it. I hope you'll check out the Sasquatch Attention to Details tomorrow at 11 a.m. And outside of that, enjoy your weekend. Definitely check out these Hinder Battle Greens. And don't forget, we're running low on the McNeese. Oh, shit. And coming up next week, probably going to be next Wednesday or Thursday, we're going to have some new Nicholas Nichols chef knives. So we've got 6-inch and full-size chef knives, and they're absolutely beautiful. I've been able to go through them, but it's a lot of photographs and a lot of work to do. And if you haven't had a Nicholas Nichols chef knife, you definitely need to check one out. They're amazing. So, but I appreciate everybody tuning in. You guys have an awesome weekend. And we're just going to stay here and heal. And we'll be back next Thursday. I appreciate everybody watching. Good night. Oh, crap. Go to USA Blade. Hang on. I can cancel that. I forgot something. Go over to USA Blade and get yourself something.
Nice.
See you next Thursday.